So number one property is the limit of a sum, where the limit of a sum is equal to the sum of the limits. So its formula is limit of f of x plus g of x as x approaches to a. So we have two different limit function, which is the f of x and the g of x. So we're going to factor it. Limit of f of x as x approaches to a plus the limit of g of x as x approaches to a. So the example of this limit, example, limit of x plus 9 as x approaches to negative 4 is equal to limit of x as x approaches to negative 4 plus the limit of 9 is as x approaches to negative 4 is equal to, as we are going to substitute the x is equal to negative 4, therefore x is equal to negative 4 plus 9 equals negative 4 plus 9 is equal to 5. So 5 is the answer. So we have another property of limit, which is the limit of a difference. So we have the formula limit is equal to f of x minus g of x as x approaches to a. So we have two function, which is of f of x and g of x. So if we're going to factor it out, we have limit of f of x as x approaches to a is equal to limit of g of x as x approaches to a. We have another example. The limit of 12x as x approaches to 5 is equal to limit of 12 as x approaches to 5 minus the limit of x as x approaches to 5 is equal to, substitute 5 to x, 12 minus 5 is equal to 7. Therefore, the 7 is the answer. So therefore, the limit of a difference is equal to the difference of the limits. Another property of limits, which is the limit of a product. So we have here the formula f of x times g of x as x approaches to a. So we have two function, which is f of x and g of x. So if we're going to factor it out, this will have limit of f of x as x approaches to a times the limit of g of x as x approaches to a. For example, the limit of negative 6 as x approaches to 5 is equal to the limit of negative 6 as x approaches to 5 times the limit of x as x approaches to 5. So equals negative 6 times 5 is equal to negative 30. Here another example. So the limit of 7x squared minus 4 as x approaches to negative 2 is equal to the limit of 7x squared minus 4. So we're going to factor it out, which is 7 times x minus 4 as x approaches to 2. So therefore, the limit of 7 approaches to as x approaches to negative 2 times the limit of x as x approaches to negative 2 times the limit of x as x approaches to negative 2 times the limit of negative 4 as x approaches to negative 2. So therefore, 7 times negative 2 times negative 2 minus 4. So negative 2 because we have to substitute the x, which is 2, negative 2, which is negative 2. So 7 times 4, which is 28, minus 4 is equal to 28 minus 4 is equal to 24. So 24 is the answer. So therefore, the limit of a product is equal to the product of the limits. So the last property we're going to take is all about the limit of a quotient. So the limit of a quotient is equal to the quotient of the limits, provided that the limit of the denominator is not equal to 0. So here is the formula of the limit of a quotient. So limit of a quotient limit is equal to f of x over g of x as x approaches to a is equal to limit of f of x as x approaches to a over the limit of g of x as x approaches to a is equal to limit of function over m, where m is not equal to 0. So that's all for the limits, the properties of limits. Thank you.